Hey guys, welcome to A Week in My Life. I vlogged a few days last week, so I've got a lot of fun stuff jammed into one video. Basically, we've got some good recipes, we've got a little wedding recap, we've got some crafts and DIY and organization, all the things that I love, and I really hope you guys enjoy and get some good ideas. For breakfast on this day, I decided to make my new apple cinnamon baked oatmeal recipe. This is on my website and I'll go ahead and link it below if you want to make it too. But this is great because it's everything that you love about a bowl of oatmeal, but the texture is totally different. So if you kind of just want to change things up, or if you're not a fan of having a bowl of oatmeal in the morning, you might really like this baked oatmeal recipe. It has the texture of kind of like a warm bread pudding, and I love putting lots of fun toppings on it. It gets lots of flavor from fresh apples, a little bit of applesauce, and the key ingredient is apple butter. The only ingredient in apple butter is usually just concentrated apple cider. They cook it down until it's really nice and thick and jammy, and it creates the most delicious apple flavor in baked goods like this. This entire breakfast happens to be naturally sweetened. It has cinnamon, apples, cranberries, pecans, a little bit of salt for balance. It's very fall-y, and I absolutely love the way it makes your kitchen smell when you make this. It's also a great breakfast to make on the weekends as kind of a meal prep because it heats up really well. So you can have a slice today and then enjoy this throughout the week. I like to serve it with lots of peanut butter or almond butter on top, a little bit of vegan yogurt, and a drizzle of maple syrup. This combination is so good, and the actual baked oatmeal isn't too sweet, so the toppings you add on top can really customize the sweetness to your liking. Hey guys, I'm back. I took a little bit of time off because Nicholas and I got married. We did a small family wedding, and then next year we're gonna do a larger wedding with friends and family. But we just had the most wonderful, relaxed, cozy family weekend in Princeton, New Jersey, and our parents and our siblings flew in and we spent the weekend in Princeton, and we actually drove up the day of the wedding and checked in our hotel, got ready. I actually made my bouquet. We got flowers and I made the bouquet in the hotel room right before we left, and then we met with a photographer at Princeton University, which, oh my gosh, is such a beautiful campus. I know Rory Gilmore went to Yale, but there was a part of my Gilmore Girls loving heart that was just in heaven because it's fall, it's East Coast fall, the building and the dorms, it all looks very similar to what you see on the show, except it's even more beautiful. The architecture is stunning, and it was just so peaceful and beautiful to walk around the campus, and that's where we took our wedding photos. So we met with a photographer there, and we did family photos there, we did some couple photos, and we also did maternity photos. And then after that, we had the ceremony, and then after that, we all went to dinner, and it was just, you know, one of those big long tables, our family all gathered around, and that was probably one of my favorite moments. Was, you know, we were all there, we were all settled, and I could just sort of relax and enjoy and, you know, spend time with the people that we love. But I'm happy to be back, and I'm excited because I'm gonna do a little craft with you guys. I'm not sure if it's fully ready, but I went ahead and I pressed my bouquet between a bunch of cookbooks. I keep looking over to the side to look at it because I have a stack of cookbooks like this tall with my bouquet kind of pressed between the pages. My sister helped me do it, and I really want to turn that into some wall art. I've seen some videos where people make one big bouquet, they kind of refashion their bouquet with the pressed dried flowers, and that's amazing. I would love to do that. I just don't know if I'm capable of that artistically. I have seen some other options where you can do sort of like a gallery wall of individual groupings of the flowers, and that might be really pretty too. So we're gonna take a peek today and see how they turned out. So in order to make the frames, you want to make sure that your flowers are completely dried, and mine were still a little bit damp. They were really pressing beautifully, and I was really excited about the progress, especially these leaves. I just think they look so pretty already, but I could tell they weren't quite ready yet. So we'll do this in a video next time, but comment below and let me know if you've pressed flowers, dried flowers, made arrangements out of them, framed them. Any tips you have will be so appreciated. But now I'm going to move on to kind of an organization project, and I want to share this tip with you because sometimes the things that are the most helpful are the things that seem so obvious. And this is a little hack that I learned from Gretchen Rubin, who's a great author and podcaster, and she suggested using your phone camera as a backup for your own memory, especially if you know that you're going into a season of life that is going to be really busy or you're just gonna have a lot going on in your mind, it's a nice little insurance policy to save yourself some unnecessary stress. Let's say you're traveling or you're out and about, you're running a million errands and you're in a big parking garage. There's a letter and a number of the section that you parked in. Chances are you're gonna remember what that is, but I personally have forgotten, especially if I've been out for a long time, or if I'm with other people, or if there's a lot going on, I have forgotten in the past. So creating a habit of using my phone as a backup to my own memory means that I take out my phone, I snap a picture of where my car is, and that way, when I'm ready to go back to my car, I can kind of get in and out of the garage without having to wonder where I left my car. And I have found that that tip really has served me in so many different areas of my life. And one way that I'm going to use it today is actually to help me keep track of some baby gifts. So some of our friends and family have very kindly sent us some very sweet gifts, and I've been keeping them all separate in the boxes that they came in. But pretty soon we're going to be building the dresser and the bookshelf and putting everything, where it belongs. And I feel like it's all going to get mixed together. And I know that in the newborn stage, I am going to be tired. There's going to be a lot on my mind. My memory might not be as good as it normally is. And so what I want to do is just have a little extra insurance policy for my own memory. And I'm going to take the gifts that people gave us from the box. I'm going to put a little note with the person's name and take a picture, and I'm going to store that in a photo album on my phone. That way, when we are reading those books or playing with those toys or putting those outfits on our baby, we can quickly snap a picture and send it to the person who gave us those gifts and just remind them how much we are grateful for them and how much we are loving what they gave to us. So I think that'll just be a nice thing and something that will help me to keep track so that I don't forget. So I'm gonna do that now. All right, so I'm cleaning the kitchen right now and I need to unload the dishwasher and then reload the dishwasher because I have a lot of recipe testing dishes right now. Whenever I'm recipe testing, I feel like I end up making such a mess in the kitchen, but I do have a lot of fall recipes coming your way, which I'm very excited about. But while I do that, I wanted to show you the dish tabs that I love because these are plastic free, they're fragrance free, they're not made with harmful ingredients, and they are vegan, which I really, really appreciate. I think so many of the dishwasher tabs that are on the market come with not only dye, you can see the different colors, but also plastic around them. And one thing that really made me want to switch to the Blueland tablets was realizing that that plastic goes into the water and it's so unnecessary because these work so well. You don't need a rinse aid and they're completely plastic free. I've been using the dishwasher tabs for over a year and I get the refill pack, which is actually completely compostable. So the tablet is plastic free, this is plastic free, and then I just tear it open and I pour it into my forever container, which I keep right by the sink. A small way that I can really reduce the amount of single-use plastic that I'm using, from the actual tablet itself to the container. Like, think about how many containers of dishwasher tablets you go through, all of that plastic. That is so unnecessary with this. So it really just cuts a lot of the single-use plastic. It just cuts it out of the equation and it still cleans just as well. So for me, it's a total no-brainer, and Blueland was kind enough to offer my viewers 15% off. So if you have seen me talk about Blueland in the past and you've been kind of on the fence, I would definitely recommend checking out their dishwasher detergent tablets. I love a lot of their products, but for me, this is like creme de la creme. Definitely recommend, and I think you guys will really like it too. So you can use the link that's on the screen here. I'll also put this link in the description box below, or you can scan the QR code that you see on the screen and that will get you 15% off. So I hope you guys enjoy that discount. I'm gonna go ahead and get started cleaning the kitchen and I will see you guys in a little bit. Breakfast on this day was super easy because I just reheated some of the apple cinnamon baked oatmeal I had made the day before. And I love waking up and knowing that I have a breakfast like this waiting for me. It just makes eating a healthy and actually really delicious meal a lot more practical for busy days. So I just reheated that. I topped it with some almond butter and I had it with pears and some yogurt. And then after that, I set up to film a reel. I usually move the coffee table over by the window and then I get some props to create a little scene for the photos. That way I can kind of of create a little bit of a story, and I wanted something that gave fall vibes for this side dish recipe. This is a vegetable side dish that is super easy. It's roasted beets with whipped feta. This is coming to my website really soon, so I'll link it below as soon as it's ready, but it has a really delicious base of creamy vegan feta, and then on top of that you put your roasted beets. I use a combination of red beets and golden beets, and then in the last few minutes you add a handful of hazelnuts so they toast in the oven and get really flavorful and crunchy. Then you spoon that over the feta, sprinkle with a little bit of herbs, and this is such a good side dish. It's great for just like any weeknight dinner. You can pair this with a lot of different things, but it's also beautiful enough, I think, for the holidays, has great color and such good flavor. So I hope you guys will enjoy this recipe too. Hey guys, it's a couple days later now, and we're in the process of doing peel and stick wallpaper in the bedroom. That's going to be where our nursery is. We're not going to have a separate nursery because one, we live in an apartment, and two, we want something that's renter friendly and kind of temporary because we are going to be moving. So we've got some fun like before and afters that I'll show you in another video, but right now it's still very much a work in progress. But I feel like wallpaper is really making a comeback, especially with the invention of peel and stick, and a lot of TV shows recently have featured very unique and interesting wallpaper, and it just gives the room so much depth and like visual interest that I think is really unique, and it's so cool that you can just like stick it up on the wall. So we're experimenting with that for the first time. I would have just left the wall as is because like I said, we are going to be moving, but the wall, the way they painted the walls here is like the paint is very prone to scratching and scuffing, and we have some things that are hanging on the wall like sconces and mirrors and stuff that I know as soon as they come down they're going to leave a lot of scuff marks. There's already other scuff marks just from like the bed and other stuff that is up against the wall, so I definitely wanted something that would cover it just because I didn't want this stark white wall with a bunch of scratches and holes in it while we are here. So I wanted something that would kind of cover that up, and painting just seemed like a really big job, especially because we would have to repaint when we leave. So peel and stick wallpaper is the way we decided to go, and I think the print that we chose is so pretty. So I can't wait to share that with you. That will be in another video, and we'll also make those flower arrangements as soon as the frames come in. So we've got a lot of DIY projects in the works right now, so I'm excited about that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and the recipes you saw in this video, I'll put both of them in the description box below. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a really nice rest of your day, and I will see you in a video very soon. Bye.